Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm John, your game master. Sorry, your game master. I'm your executive producer, also your game master, but we're not there yet. Thank you for tuning in. To all of you that are watching, all of you that support us over the years. Particularly want to thank our Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/fsfilms. Particularly our $25 tier supporters, those being Samantha Bates, Trevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much as what we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And if you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran Terra Shadowfront, the final days. I'm John, or Sen, your game master for the evening, and joining me today is Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin druid of the Grim Harvest.
The one whose death it is today. And Jack.
Do I get a
Hi,
kick?
everybody. My name's Jack. I am playing Gent Minar Stonebeard Valkorian, half-elf spellslayer.
Really, if you think about it, Happy Death Day is just a roguelike.
I'm very certain it's also a movie.
I mean,
Yes.
that was the joke I was making. Yes,
That's a joke, yes. Because it is Groundhog Day, the slasher movie.
Every time you die, the day restarts. That's a roguelike.
Also watch it, it's amazing.
They managed to squeeze enough out of that concept to make 2 movies.
They want a third too.
Yeah, they always do.
And the second one is actually really good, and I would be down for a third.
There you go. And Dakota.
Hi, I'm Dakota. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Sin, Changeling Warlock.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm actually kind of amused by the idea of both the women keeping their last names and Gent adopting both of theirs.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, Valdeth Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
Gent Valkorian Stonebeard.
Yeah, Gent.
Do you not listen to his
Gent
introduction?
Valkorian Stonebeard Minar. Yeah.
No, Minar Stonebeard Valkorian,
No,
specifically in that order.
Most of the time when Jack starts talking, I just tune out, so I completely missed that entire bit.
That's very understood.
Minar Stonebeard Valkorian. Yeah.
ADHD. Anyways, no, I was distracted by thinking about Happy Death Day, and that's why I completely missed his intro.
Legit. That said, and I know this isn't the case, but I really like the idea that you have just Jack specific ADHD. Like it's only when Jack talks.
Every time something distracting is happening. That's why I ask for clarification on Wednesday nights all the time.
I have,
as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. And we are unfortunately missing this week Nikki, Craig, Ilana, and Holly. So lighter cast than usual, but we should be fine.
Welcome to Diet Gran Terra.
Gran Terra 0. Wait.
this is why Titania died.
No, Gran Terra 0 is the very far back prequel series where there's just one dude who just has to murder an entire group of individuals.
I feel like that's in Sen's plans for a future origin story prequel. Come on.
Gran Terra Gran Terra 0. It's just it's the story of Ternalian as a young child growing up. You get the backstory to the villain.
Yeah.
Anyways. Or you just go all the way back to the first incarnation of Gran Terra. Anyways. When last we left off, there had been a meeting of some priests. The Steelhearts had found their way into a secret priest meeting of the Apostles of the Apocalypse, which was a international, a worldwide conglomeration of holy people, who had been receiving prophecies or prophetic visions regarding the end of the world, specifically because of gestures at the world, and have been sort of working on forming, relief chains and support networks and the like to help provide some assistance as the end days draw near. While they can't necessarily stop it themselves, they are determined to provide as much ability and information and support as they can to those who might be able to, including the Steelhearts. Included with that was a whole lot of information, one particular piece of which was as Titania met with the elderly Father Valdemar, priest of Dagoth, that in order to face the Reaper, Titania must die. Which was delivered to the rest of the party with some amount of blah. And the determination was made to retire to the ship for the moment to discuss next plans, get some rest, and figure out what to do next. So, you have all returned to the continual reconstruction, which is undergoing repairs. When you got back, you were informed basically that you'd probably be staying one more night and then be ready to go out in the morning or tomorrow, whenever. So, or say one night because you arrived here in the morning. That should be basically all the time they need to finish the repairs and resupply. And you've ducked down to the private quarters that have been provided to you, or private quarters, the too many hammocks for a barrack, but it's definitely a barracks room. The crew quarters that you've been given to discuss events. So, discuss away.
So how exactly would this work? Sorry, I need to see who I am.
Look in the mirror.
You were a drow
misremembering-
last time I remember.
I was right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think
Well,
it's
that
odd.
only more ridiculous because I'm not
Okay.
going to try to redo what I said.
Okay.
You know my drow accent.
No, I don't. I've been trying to.
We know
place
all
it.
of them.
Am I misremembering? I thought we had gone into the mansion.
I was gonna say I thought there was the
Oh, right.
That's
right,
yeah, we had.
Right. You'd gone to the mansion. That was it.
That was better.
I think, or like you went to the ship and then to the mansion. No, you went out to the beach and then went to the mansion. That's right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reverse all that.
Ship
But
ship
yeah.
will take care of itself. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All ship shape.
But yes, did they give you any sort of rubric for this entire process?
I have a poison. I have to do it, but I have to fight this by myself. I can't. If any of you help me, you'll summon your own Reaper, and I won't be able to complete the attempt, and I won't be able to try again.
Also, you're going to have to fight from the other side of the veil, so I don't think it'll be very easy for any of us to do it either way.
No, but I don't think, like, you can't use... Do you still have Ithram, the wand? You can't use
Yes.
Don't use one of the revivifies in there.
I don't know the particulars of that spell, so I don't believe I would be able to.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I believe
Yeah.
that was mostly for you. We had two spells that we could share, but the important one was yours.
That's right. I remember that, how that works now. Okay.
Would I be able to attempt that spell? Even like, do we wait or no?
Let me look real quick. How
Sorry.
do wands work?
That last bit
wand of-
was supposed to be in Ithram's voice, but it was mine.
Oh.
Do we wait? How will we know if we succeed?
If she succeeds, from what I understand, she'll conquer her own death and return on her own.
They'll get, like, nullified, basically.
Darling, are we certain that this one is absolutely vital?
Yes. The
Insight check.
I mean,
Sure.
fair. That sounds like a thing to do.
Go for it. Do I need to make a roll for this?
Are you trying to be deceptive?
No.
Then no. What's your passive?
Okay.
What's your passive persuasion?
Passive persuasion is 18. I'm very persuasive.
Damn, yeah, you are.
With a 14, you believe?
14, yep. Mhm.
Oh, that's right. I have disadvantage on things. I'm still drunk.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Mhm.
No.
Liar! Oh,
You lost the thread, Sin. You're just like, you're not certain what they're talking about anymore.
nope. Who left more
it
wine?
will be able this
I love that.
Reaper's Scythe is something that can take... It can reap the soul of any person that it touches. Anyone, including Ternalian. And we're worried that the Apotheosis site is guarded by invulnerable beings, immortals.
I suppose we don't really have this same solution for the last time that we encountered one of those anymore.
No.
You can do this. You will do this. I have every confidence in you.
It was going to happen eventually anyway.
I don't think Titania's the one that you have to convince to let this happen, darling.
If I have to hold you down to let her do what she needs to do, I fucking will.
You won't have to. I'm just not convinced it's necessary.
Also, I want to have this because the last time Ternalian is going to probably target me in the fight when we go at the end of all of this. I'm the group healer.
That's fair. If it goes against you and you don't win, we can get one of these clerics to bring you back.
No.
And so
Mistake.
what?
If the Reaper takes you, you are gone.
Final death.
Huh.
Where in the mansion are we?
I think just like in the lobby.
Yeah. Nobody's floated up yet.
Yeah. Or probably around like a table, Grumman's doing the food as he always does. Delightful. Yeah, I think we're all there.
Titania, love, can I speak to you alone for a moment?
Yeah.
I will
Just the
be over
closest
here
room with a
my-
door.
My wine.
Sin has you look over, you see Sin has located and gone through 2 additional bottles over the course of this conversation.
Oh,
He is
boy.
currently just leaning on a column.
Yeah, just like
Just standing is not going to happen. Leaning back because, you know, if you're leaning sideways, you might spill your wine.
exactly. Lean back, it gets into your mouth easier.
So you like wrap.
Gravity is
the
assisting
thing
me
like
now.
that's right.
Uh,
Otherwise, you're slowly.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Do I-
room, door,
Yep.
close. My love, I realize that it's probably fairly hypocritical for me to be the one voicing this, given that I tend to analyze risk mathematically and sometimes throw myself into positions where other people would consider that I am taking unnecessary dangers upon myself.
love the
What
distancing
sort of
language there.
contingency? What sort of contingencies do you have in place?
Don't have any. This is. She takes your hands because you're doing that. This is. It's. All of us face death.
Of course.
Every time.
And I know that I was one of the first people, I think, I try not to be overly protective of you, and you are capable, and you are strong, and you are talented, and there is... I know you are able to handle more things than most people think. That wasn't meant to be as backhanded a compliment as it sounded.
It didn't. I get it. But.
This one scares me badly.
I know. I knew it would.
And I understand that there are certain things that have rules, and sometimes those rules can't be modified or broken.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any more information? Are you literally just going to be a soul facing off against a Reaper and trying to punch it in the face?
What I hold as the Father Voldemort thinks has theories. No one ever talks about Abrunar has done this. Abrunar has done this and has come back and has one of these weapons. This is how I found out about it originally. It can be done. Valdemar thinks, because no one who comes back having done this talks about it. It's not something you talk about. That I will have what I know I am. Because I'll be in, I don't know if it's the ethereal, but I was really bad on the day when we like covered all of the planes. There are a lot of them. Whatever one we're on, it'll be probably like,
If it's the ethereal,
spiritual.
I'm going to be watching. All right?
Okay. And so I'll have what I know I am, and I'll have this is, and she like kind of brings the staff scythe forward. This is, I worked hard for this. This is important to me. I'll have it. I'll know that you're all with me. I have magic.
Yes, you do.
You can't step in and help.
Darling, if you're dead and in the ethereal plane, I can't step in and help regardless.
Even if you could, even if there's a way that you see, you are also so good at this. You are brilliant. You think of things that I don't, and you might think of something while I'm doing this. I need to have the chance to succeed at this.
I know. No, and if this was anything else, it's just...
You will survive.
This is something that I can't... I don't have contingencies that are going to help if this goes badly. And I feel like that's one of the most important things that I bring to you and me and Valten.
Galda, come here.
Valneth comes into the room shortly after.
As soon as you're there, Gent just reaches out and grabs your hand.
You know I'm scared too.
I know.
But I have faith and confidence in Titania. She will do this. She'll be fine.
And I have faith in you too. If I don't make it, you are going to continue.
Of course.
And no matter what happens, we're going to be together, no matter which side of the veil all three of us are on.
All right. When?
Tomorrow, I have to see. They asked someone.
We'll see if the finger of Marduk brings any information about the Fiend Hunter's grave. If it's nothing between us and the temple, then we do it then.
All right. I'll see what I can find that might help this evening. Or what time is it, anyway?
At this point, it's afternoon. And it's like, somewhere around the 3 or 4 o'clock-ish.
Sin's been day drinking all day long.
Uh-huh.
Top notch.
Oh.
Best life choices.
I mean, Sin went out on a fishing boat with Grummond and Scuzz. This was the inevitable conclusion, honestly.
It really was. There was no other thing that was going to happen. What, did you think they were going to fish?
Just to slow him down a little bit, Ithram will go to hand Sin their next bottle at one point during the time that we're here, and he'll have cast immovable object on it. So it'll just hang there. He'll hand it over, let go, and then for the next hour, it's there.
Dispel magic, motherfucker.
What level is the movable object?
It's only second.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Come on.
6 seconds,
but the question is, how long does it take her to realize? Well,
so here's the
right,
there would be like I feel like dispel magic would be the last thing that is done before like trying to figure out how to maneuver it out of, like, do I have a straw, something like that, tap into the side of it.
Oh boy.
Realize that the
Can I
cork
break
doesn't
the bottle?
come out either.
Son of a bitch.
I can figure out to just use dispel magic, then they're sober enough to drink some more.
It lasts like an hour, but it takes Sin about 30 minutes to figure out that they can just dispel magic in.
Wonderful.
When they sober up enough to cast the spell magic, they're sober enough to have another drink.
Glorious. And yeah, so Gen's gonna give Titania a kiss and then go looking for Ithram.
You step out, you see Sin struggling with a bottle. This is minute 15.
Yep.
Where is Ithram at this point?
Ithram is definitely in the library.
Excellent, because that was going to be Gent's procedure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's in the library. He's already probably got a handful of books set out. Hasn't opened any yet. But yeah.
All right. I would like, if possible, if the two smartest people in this tower can put their heads together and see if we can come up with anything that might give her an advantage.
Did she say that? She said that she needed to do this alone.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Around all of us. Yeah.
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 We can look, but I do not know what help we may be able to.
Dynamics of what the most likely plane she'll be doing this in. I assume it's not going to be just out on the beach somewhere. Likely vulnerabilities of Reapers, anything.
Okay. Any information for her before she undertakes
She's not going to do anything before tomorrow, she says. So we've got a little bit of time at least.
All right, then he'll set aside the books he's already got out, and he's going to focus on this.
All right. Go ahead and make the investigation check, both of you, or one of you with advantage.
Do we have advantage for the library or
no?
no?
No, yeah, you do have advantage because you have a library, so you both have advantage.
Okay.
Hooray!
21. Not too bad.
20.
120. So surprisingly, there's not a lot of information on what happens after you die in Reapers. Mostly because most of the people that die don't remember it when they come back or don't come back.
Speaking from experience.
Many of them's like there was light, there was pain, and then I was back. You do find that typically, as far as anyone's aware, when you're looking, people have done experiments of looking into the ethereal plane after people have died. They haven't seen the spirits of the dead there. They haven't seen Reapers. They conceptually understand that ghosts can flick back and forth between the ethereal realm and the material, but they haven't actually ever seen the creation of a ghost. Interesting, you have found there is no documented case of anyone witnessing the creation of a ghost.
No.
There is no ghost, someone dies, then there is a ghost. But the intervening points have never been observed. So with that information, people theorize that you don't actually go to the ethereal when you die. The ethereal is just something that you can pass through. Like the ethereal is just close enough to the material plane that when a ghost returns from the dead, you can sort of flip back and forth between the two, which means that most likely when you die, you either go to the astral plane or before sorting or whatever happens, or you go directly to the Shadowfell or the negative energy plane. And there's no pass go. Just go straight to there, and then you're judged there, or you go directly to the realm of name.
Agoth.
No.
Demon Web Pits.
Dagoth just has a gladiatory arena where just when somebody decides to try this, just cops down the chair.
Depending on your particular faith, you might just go straight to Dagoth, or you might go to Larithia, who would then judge you, and then you would go wherever else. So they're at that point it gets into theological guesstimation mostly. There's not really any hard evidence for what happens to the soul after it dies, and you do discover that has long been a point of theological research among people that have a vested interest in this. What does happen when you die? What's the mechanics of death? But no one seems to have been able to penetrate that that logic, or if they have, they haven't written about it. Or at least not in the collection that you have before you.
Okay.
But yeah, you know it's not going to be in the ethereal plane. You know it's not going to be anywhere nearby. So to die, might be the only way, or plane shifting to wherever you think she might be the only way to actually even view the situation. As far as anything else that could help, you don't really. Nothing is written down about it. There's
Okay.
that's largely what you find is just nothing. The best you get is theory.
That was supremely unhelpful.
It was worth the look, though.
I suppose. All right. Well, bad news is bad news. But we're no worse off than we were.
Make a religion check, Kent.
Just straight.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a nat 20 for 25.
It occurs to you that there is one source of information that might know the answer to this question.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be someone that has already faced death and conquered it. Someone that isn't apparently bound by tradition to not talk about it. And two names pop into your mind. One, the Lich, and two, Galadir.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Adam.
I mean,
Adam doesn't remember.
Adam doesn't.
That's true.
You
Adam
know
doesn't
Adam
remember
remembers
shit, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, we're going to luck for sin.
Well, before we leave, Witham will kind of just clap you on the shoulder and be like, "You have nothing to fear, my friend. Titania has faced far worse than death."
Kind of
Traps you
do
one more
the
time.
do the when the hand is on the shoulder, you reach up and just kind of grab the wrist. I will do my best to try and remember that. Thank you, my friend.
Anytime.
And then
Have
he
you
sort of
seen
thousand. I was gonna say he sort of 1,000-yard stares and goes off to look for Sid.
Yep.
At this
So
point,
how
Sid,
long has it been at this point?
It's been like an hour and a half, so you definitely
Okay.
finished off that bottle.
Yes, for sure. See, I'm somewhere.
I feel like
I've
the
just
mansion
wandered
Right.
somewhere.
the leaning. It's the same.
Take a
leaning
random
position.
place. I'm there.
It's the same leaning position, but the angle of degree has increased, and so now it's like she's like back leaning against like a stool in the kitchen, just like.
Kent?
And she's they're in what? Whose form now?
Zara,
Zara.
the drow.
Zara,
Kent?
can I talk to your boss?
Slowly gets up into a straighter position.
Chill runs up Ithram's spine in the library.
Couple of things. First, can we not call him that? That's not accurate.
Sorry, what would be better?
I mean, patron is accurate. So,
All right.
second, why?
Because I've just spent about 2 hours in a library finding nothing helpful, and it occurs to me that if I'm going to get anything that might help Titania in this, it might be helpful to talk to someone who has done the death thing before.
I mean, you're probably not incorrect. Are we doing this here? Or going
Wherever,
outside?
I mean,
Do we want Galadale coming into our place?
probably not. I mean, we could try and dial up Rahor, but I don't think he's particularly likely to offer helpful information out of the generosity of his desiccated, withered heart replacement.
How long did
Desiccated
we spend?
withered heart replacement.
How long did we spend trying to hunt that motherfucker down?
I know.
Let's not do that. All right. Then we should go outside.
You could always throw.
And Zara throws herself onto Gent's shoulder.
I was gonna say,
I am not capable of walking that distance.
if you wanted to
Not
go,
right
if you
now.
wanted to like up the ante of bad ideas, you could always ask Ifirti.
Right? Fucking. I feel like with a 17 athletics, it's not hard to help. Zara outside.
Throw a prayer to Ifirti or to Rethorb. Rethorb might do it
Right.
just for shits and giggles.
He knows who we are. We talked to one of his avatars in a mine.
Once we get outside. All right. Hold on. Room spinning. We're not in the room. Huh. Okay.
Because we're just on a fucking beach, right?
Right.
Yep.
The walls are spinning. I do not see walls. I'm confused. Galadale,
There's a pause.
I have someone who needs to talk to you.
You know I don't like it when you contact me drunk. It gives me a headache.
Well, that is unfortunate. But there is somebody here who needs to talk to you.
And this someone would be?
Gent, you've met.
And why would I care?
Because we are very, very close to getting what you need. And this is one step toward it.
Make a persuasion check. Not with disadvantage because it's your patron.
Nope, that rolled with disadvantage anyways, but 17.
17.
17,
Because fuck if I could roll accurate, roll well.
right?
My plus 11.
17's still pretty good. Turns a 6 into a 17. There's you can't hear it, but you know there's a sigh. A long one too.
He's on his way. I know that is a good sigh. That is not a bad sigh.
As you say, he's
You
on his
couldn't hear
way.
the sigh.
As you say, he's on his way. You both feel a chill and realize that you're not on the beach anymore. You're standing on hard.
We
stone.
are on our way.
You're standing on a hard stone floor inside a vaguely familiar tower full of broken machinery, and at one end, a large throne hooked to a variety of mechanical apparatuses.
Kent doesn't even give a shit. He's just walking that direction.
Sin, being in the presence of your patron sobers you up real quick.
I feel I feel like, and I may be wrong about this, but I feel like he just goes, "Bam, you're sober."
You basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Teleports you, but not the alcohol in your blood.
There's just a splash of wine left
Oh,
behind.
that's great. That means that in the sand where we just were, there's a big red splotch now.
Exactly. It just looks like someone exploded.
Amazing.
And there's a
Galadale, I need to talk about what
probably
happens
an
after
amount
people
of there's
die.
probably an amount of system shock from suddenly not being drunk.
Sin just shifts into sin.
Yeah. You
I hate
approach-
it when you do that.
I told you I hate when you call me when you're drunk. Yes, Minar.
Shithead.
Monastone be Valkorian.
Whatever. It was a lovely ceremony. I enjoyed every second of it. What do you want?
My wife is going to go fight a Reaper. And if she loses, she just dies and there's no coming back. So I'm looking for some level of information that might assist or give her at least a bit of an advantage rather than just running up against the thing that kills everything blind. Do you have any?
Died.
If I did have that information, why would I share it with you?
Because if she dies, that's going to weaken our group considerably and make it much less likely that we'll be able to get whatever it is that you've been wanting us to get. I mean, has the whole Galadier wants the ritual?
Everybody knows.
We know.
yeah.
We know
Okay,
the ritual of
everybody knows,
apotheosis
all right.
is
So,
to help Galadier
roll,
not die.
roll back a little bit. Yep. And it'll make it that much harder for us to get the ritual that will keep you from dying. If she succeeds, then she comes away with a reasonably powerful artifact weapon that will make it much easier and much more likely that we'll be able to put the information you want into your hands.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. 14.
And yet, I happen to know that you and your companions are very much aware of what happens should I die, so I feel you're already duly motivated to continue on gratefully,
Galadier,
struggling
it's not about
heroically in her absence.
motivation.
If she dies, yes, we are going to continue to try and do this sort of thing. Absolutely. But I feel like it would behoove all of us who have a common objective to pool our resources as much as possible.
It's not about motivation, Galadier. If you take the most motivated person in the world and you give them a powerful weapon, aren't they that much more capable than if they didn't? And more likely to succeed?
Well, you certainly were. He sort of looks Gant up and down. Yes, I do happen to have the knowledge you seek. Unfortunately, I feel you're not going to appreciate it too much.
Sir, if you know anything about me, which I would presume that you do, given the breadth of your intellect, it's that information is information to me. I don't care if it makes me happy or not. I care if it's accurate.
Well,
I'm a pragmatist, sir.
which is why it's a good thing you're not the one facing the Reaper.
All right.
The period of time after your death that no one remembers is when your soul is stretched through the weave of reality, bled dry of all the experiences and memories and context that it had and gained in life, siphoned out, spread around. For each of these bits and pieces of ourselves have power in some way, shape, and form if you know how to use it. The Reaper is the one that throws you into the machine. However, in that period of time, before you are disassembled into your particulates, but after you've died, you go to a realm of... And he's sort of... It feels like he's searching for the right word. You go to a realm of emotion and thought, where your soul is laid bare, and the true you is put forward. What you hold in your heart is what is presented. So if you can think of a way provide Titania some sort of advantage in her self-image, then that would likely manifest with her. And I don't mean, well, actually in this case I do mean metaphorically, because it's entirely a realm of thoughtful creation. There's no reality, no substance to it. You are how you see yourself, not what you are.
All right. Well, that gives us something to work on. Hopefully we come out of this with
Now,
a Reaper's Blade and a ritual for you.
now, I will caution. Such rituals are worded very specifically for reasons. Best be careful that, in providing this assistance, you aren't creating your own Reaper, shall we say.
So we don't get her to visualize herself as part of a group who then manifests alongside her.
The visualizations are not going to go exactly how you expect them to go. There's no planning here. But
Understandable.
you don't want to inadvertently break a rule that's been established before the fight's even begun. So think carefully.
Thank you very much for that information, sir. I apologize for intruding on your time.
If only the apology meant anything. And you're back on the beach.
Who died?
My intoxication level. Shit.
My buzz.
And they're back to Zara.
All right.
You
Well,
watch as
that's...
one crab is sort of staggering around, can't seem to find its direction anymore.
All right. Well, let's see if we can find you another bottle then, shall we?
No, that would be I'm fine now. I had my fun. I am no longer in quite as shitty as a mood as I was.
All right. Well, let's go find my wife.
Very well.
Back in the tower you go.
Zoom.
Leaving one drunk crab on the beach.
Drunk crab on the beach is my Beach Boys cover band.
You find Titania.
No, I'm grabbing that crab and I'm bringing it in for Grummond.
For Grummond. Yeah.
Grummond. Are you kidding? Pre-marinated crab.
Ingredient.
It was a toss-up between whether or not you were gonna have Grummond cook it or just suck the wine out of it.
I mean, no. This is for Grummond.
We're
It's
not
already-
doing
it's
the
already
whole how does a
pre-soaked in wine,
vampire
yeah.
get drunk concept.
It's
Well,
like,
Tanya, I found a little bit of information.
how you know you're an alcoholic when you're sucking the wine out of a crab.
Crap, it's very fair.
And Valdeth has not left Titania this entire time, so Valdeth is also
okay.
there.
All right. What?
All right, so when you die, your soul is stretched through more or less the structural fabric of the universe, or at least the magical underpinnings therein. And most of who and what you are is purged, which is why most people don't remember anything if they go and come back or what the process was like. But before then, the Reaper is the one who pushes you through there, in a sense. But there's a moment, apparently, where you kind of manifest in a staging area. And before the actual transition takes place, you manifest your purest self in a way, I suppose, would be the best description?
Mm-hmm.
So whoever you most see yourself to be is likely what you will function as at that stage. And best we can tell, that is probably the theater in which you'll be fighting this Reaper.
Okay.
So, if we're to give you an advantage in all of this, it's trying to cultivate the most effective self-image of who you are in your mind as possible without accidentally making any sort of self-perceived construct that would break the rules, make one of the other Reapers show up, that kind of thing.
You've been doing that. I'm gonna go for a swim.
I was about to say, I think that's what we've been doing for the past several years.
Gent looks a little taken aback, like, but I thought we were gonna do therapy or something.
Yeah. You do
We have
therapy.
all
Alright.
helped each other become our best selves together. And that's what Titania's bringing into this.
So we think she's good to go as is?
I do.
We don't think we could do anything more to prepare?
Titania, how confident do you feel in this moment?
Very.
That's
That
enough
was
for
just
me.
Sort of pinching the bridge of her nose.
Where'd you go to find this? Is it all in the library? What were you doing outside? What's the crab from?
Rapid fire questions here.
That's
Are you observant?
in order, Eastfeld's...
Telepathically in your head. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think you were going to try and not tell them where you got this from?
And Gent just goes in order. In order of question, Eastfeld talking to Galadia. It was drunk from when Zara got teleported. I think we're going to give it to Grumman to make dinner.
I've already dropped it off.
That didn't come through.
That's a great idea. Okay.
I only know 2 people who have died with any level and come back, and I went to the one that we're not actively trying to kill.
What's the other one?
Raihor.
You're right, that would have been a much worse idea.
That's
must
what I
admit,
thought too.
This is the much better option than the Lich.
Like you were never not going to go look for something. And between the two of those, Galadir was the better place to look.
Also, I should say, in my experience of dealing with Galadir, there was the right level of condescension and rudeness to suggest he was being truthful without an agenda.
And the teleportation to Eastfeld wasn't my idea. That was his. For what that's worth, I was just going to ask questions, and I thought... Anyway, everything's fine.
Valdeth grabs both of them and pulls them into a hug.
Hey.
We're going to be fine. No matter what happens, we're going to be fine.
This is awkward. I am going to go now. Bye.
Waves.
If you really want to try and help Titania out, I think there are much better ways we could spend the next several hours.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's probably at least 1 or 2 books that I haven't looked at. You're right.
No, I
Gent?
do.
Or
Oh.
think this maybe needs to get talked about, though, before we go and do other things.
I mean,
By all means.
Titania, you know that he was never going to not do everything he could.
Yeah.
He's the planner. That's what he does.
All right.
But he's found out what he can do.
How
And
you
he-
feeling about it? What's going on in there? Taps Gent's forehead.
I mean,
Ting, ting, ting.
somewhere between 5 and 17 things. Which ones are you interested in?
All of them. But
All right. Well, I'm terrified this isn't going to work out, but we've done pretty much all the preparation that I can see. If you're confident in your self-image, then I'll trust you on that because you know yourself better than anybody else on the planet can. I would really hope that there's something helpful in the Fiend Hunter's grave when we do get to this sunken temple. If I'm going to become a deity, I think vengeance and protection would be the domains that I would choose. The ship might be able to dive. I really should see if there's somewhere we can make sure that submerging the vessel is at least an option before we get there. I don't know how far along in her development she's going. And I really think Ithram needs to talk with Vespia and figure out exactly where this relationship is headed, because when things are up in the air like that, usually somebody gets hurt or disappointed at some point along the way.
See? He's
Also,
the
are
planner.
you swimming by yourself, or do you want us there? And are you going to be an animal, or are you just swimming by, like, as is?
I haven't decided. I don't make
All right.
plans. Not me.
Well, at least you don't have to do them yourself when I'm around.
Some things can't be planned for.
That is very true.
This is
Some
Titania's way of
things-
telling you she's pregnant.
Jesus.
Yes.
Sorry,
Some things in life
can't be planned for. I'm pregnant. It's just how I saw that sentence.
Right. You're absolutely right, Bob. Some things in life can't be planned for. For everything else, there's Gent, Minar, Stonebeard,
Some
Valkorian.
things just happen, and then you have to react to them.
Also true, which is why it's very important to be prepared with as many reactive options as possible.
I do love that you gave that in the style of a MasterCard.
Oh, yeah!
You said for everything else, I was like, this motherfucker.
Listen, I'm not going to say that I didn't write down something for my favorite thing from somebody else this session. But
Just as a person, and then I'm gonna have whatever Grumman does with that crab, which I'm sure will be delicious. And then I'm planning on doing things that should not be spoken about in polite company, and finally just kind of doing, I don't know, like meditating and seeing if anyone else wants to talk, because I shouldn't leave things unsaid or not prepared for, I guess.
All right.
Please come with. Drags both back outward toward the
Only
beach.
dragging one of them. Val is
I was
eagerly
going to say,
along.
Okay.
oh, yeah, no. There's not much dragging required for Gent
Yes.
either.
Excellent.
As Titania goes into what may be, depending on what happens tomorrow, her last night on this mortal earth, we're gonna go on our quick break. So if you're watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story. So, Titania.
Yep.
The eve of your final day. You go swimming for a bit.
Yep.
Do some other things.
Uh-huh.
Go find Ithram.
Yeah, I'm just wandering around and like saying hi to people. So,
Probably still in the library.
yep. Hi.
Hello. Welcome. Take a seat. And I'll put a book to the side.
I'll sit down, glance over the books. That's probably too complicated. There's not enough pictures.
Probably just about ley lines in Gran Terra.
Okay. Cool.
Is there something I could help you with?
Oh, I'm just, making sure I talk to everyone. Thanks for all the things.
Anytime.
I love getting to turn into a dragon. It's the best.
I am jealous. I recently learned the spell, but I will be able to do it soon.
Okay.
We should have a race sometime.
Yes. Absolutely.
It is funny. Since the earliest days of our adventures, even now, it has been good to see you face each situation with the same unyielding confidence. And I just wanted to say that I and all of us have the utmost faith in what you are about to attempt. That you will succeed. I'll just reach over and pat your hand.
Some might call that foolhardiness.
Those people would not know you and what you are capable of then, and they would be quickly proven wrong.
I learned to estimate what I can do for you. So, thank you for that.
Thank you. Learned quite a bit from you as well.
I think you're going to be a great leader. Wherever you end up. If it's back. I don't know what your plans are. After this.
I'll make those plans after this. Ensuring there's an after this is the plan for now. But thank you. And know that you'll be welcome within the Legion whenever you visit.
Excellent. Thespia is adorable too. She'll give you a smile, pat on the hand.
That she is. It is funny the things you find when you are not looking. Or the things that find you.
Yep. Have you seen Sin around? Or Zara?
Honestly, it has been a few hours. Last time I saw them, they were fighting a bottle about 2 floors down. I don't.
Okay.
The spell should have worn off by now, but.
Oh, well, I'll give a wander.
But yes.
Good night.
You as well. Turns back to his book.
Yep.
Where you at, Zara?
He's actually probably in the library, to be honest.
Okay.
In the general vicinity, like elsewhere.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Turn around a couple corners.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello.
I had a question for you. You don't
I
have to
have
answer
an answer. I hope that they match.
Okay. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but I was just curious, and I don't know. I'm curious,
All right.
and it's
Shoot.
the time to ask. Why not? Why do you always do the not with the steel hearts?
Because I am not.
Do you want to be?
I am with you. I am with you, but I am not of you. This is. It is simply how it is. And it's how I am comfortable with it.
Things that are don't always have to be that way.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that the Steelhearts as a group has not been legally sanctioned for quite some time. We were a company out of Grifftop, or out of Taram, in the it's like a, I don't know how familiar with are with Taram stuff. I don't remember. But it's
I
like,
know it moderately well.
okay. So, you know, fluid definitions.
He snaps the book shut, whatever she's reading, puts it back in the shelf. Why are you asking these?
So I was curious. I don't know. I want to leave, if this is me leaving, I want to leave you all stronger than when I came to you, if that makes sense.
First of all, this is not you leaving. I'm not going to go through that whole thing.
Okay.
I've seen you survive so much more than this. This is a death. Oh no. God forbid. Like, that stops anybody who has the power to avoid it. Second of all, I am fine. I choose not to be part of any sort of group because I like this group quite a bit. That said, I guess I just simply work better alone. I always have. I work better allied with than part of. No statement against you, against anybody else.
How do you choose allies?
That's a complicated question. Sometimes it is Galadir says, hey, there are these people, you should go help them. That is obviously how these started. Sometimes Galadir says, hey, these people are awful, you should not associate with them. And then I do. Because I know it angers him. Sometimes it's a situation of convenience. Sometimes it's people I like. There are any number of reasons to ally with somebody.
Yay, silly question.
In this case, I think it started off with a directive, one that I agreed with, and I think it has become something more than that. I do like all of you. Yes, all of you. And I think that you could use the help. And you have a much better chance of not dying due to some stupid fool reliance on something or another if I am around. The world is better with you in it. It's just that simple.
I partially ask because Tyrnalian offered to make me a demigod.
When?
When is it the third time? I think it was the third time. The third time the bounty hunters came after Ghent. And it was going badly, and he showed up right before, we all split apart for the year.
Yes. And I am assuming you said no?
Yes, I said no.
Otherwise, we would have gone in a very different direction, I think. Well, good. I don't understand why anybody would want that.
I just pointed out because I'm sure he'll try it again.
I'm sure that he will. And I imagine you will say no again.
Yes. I don't think he'll offer it again. Not to me.
Oh, do you think he would offer it to me?
Yes.
Then he is much dumber than I think.
I'd like to insight check you.
Go for it.
Okay. $30.
Are you being honest or not?
Absolutely honest.
What's your passive
Okay.
persuasion?
Sin doesn't. It's definitely become more obvious probably recently. Sin fucking hates the gods.
Okay.
Absolutely fucking hates the gods. And that's very obvious right now. That's the last thing that would, yeah, no.
Okay.
That would be a really dumb move.
Good. I'm gonna.
Did you think I was going to take apotheosis because I wanted to?
I wasn't sure.
The reason that I threw myself out there was because, and do not take this as any statement towards me, but rather towards the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody has to do it, you are all too good to do it. Nobody deserves that. Literally, the only reason that I think Galadir should do it is because otherwise the universe ends. That is the only reason. Otherwise, he's the worst possible choice.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he will be particularly happy with how a relationship goes after that happens. But we haven't had that conversation yet.
No.
I don't think he expects otherwise.
Be careful.
so I don't care. But noted.
Okay, then best of luck.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
So, go to bed. The morning comes. You do get word from the Finger of Marduk, but not that he's found anything specific, just that he's found some leads he's pursuing. But nothing concrete. No idea when that'll actually be relevant. And so, gather in the morning.
You want to do this?
Yes.
Let's find a comfortable spot.
I want to be outside.
Little ways off the beach so you're not getting sand everywhere.
Yeah, it gets in everywhere. Are there trees on this island?
Yeah, once you get off the island, like there's plenty
Off
of
the beach, you
well,
mean?
it's off the beach. Yeah, once you get off the beach, there's plenty of foliage. It's a fairly like tropical island. Like
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's actually basically the same latitude as Tarama is almost.
yeah, it's only
Nice.
slightly more south than Taram is as far as the equator, and Taram is at the equator. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, you're on an equatorial island.
I was gonna say, yep,
Excellent.
tropical.
Yeah, no, it's fairly easy. You in fact, if you want, you can make for the giant statue of Aradanir if you'd like.
No. Somewhere away from town. She's looking for somewhere that's close to feel like the Druid's Grove, because she's very comfy there.
There's a shrine to Argon not too far away, that is like at the entrance to a more densely forested place, and it definitely has that appeal.
Perfect. Yes, there. Okay.
This it then?
Yes. I love you all. Thank you for being here.
We're never going to not be here.
Come back to us soon, love.
Will do. And she'll drink.
Visors down.
Valdeth will just hold Titania's hand and sort of lean her up against a tree and just hold her hand while the poison runs its course.
Same.
Are you going to do anything to help the poison with its efficacy, or are you going to wait for it to slowly kill her?
I don't know. Is there anything that I can do with that? Other than literally cut her throat.
I mean, that's a little bit more of a violent way for her to die, but
Do we know it's going to be a while?
we'll make a medicine check if you want.
I was gonna say, Gent doesn't know what this poison is or what it's gonna do, so he's just there.
That's right, I didn't tell you.
Natural.
Ithram,
20.
on the other
I know
hand,
what
Ithram,
this is.
so you watch as Titania
Hellspawn.
like begins to pale, and you watch as her veins begin to darken, and pretty quickly you determine that this is Elfsbane, which is going to work fairly quickly, but quickly on the scale of poisons, which is to say she'll probably be dead within an hour.
Okay.
And
Would
it's gonna be painful the whole time.
okay. So, if I were to hand her the Chronal Sphere, and she knows that it's can be used to cast haste, would that speed it up significantly, or
Yeah, if haste were cast on her, it would drastically reduce the amount of time the poison takes to work.
okay, then I will just lean forward and
Druids, can druids cast haste?
it's through the actual object.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't require concentration or anything. It's just
Perfect.
yep. So I hand it and I say, this should help a bit. And kind of close it over, or close your hands over it.
Titania, fire in your veins right now. Your entire body. It feels like you're burning from the inside out, and the temperature's only increasing.
My only option to help would be Psychic Stream, and I don't think that anybody wants to see her head explode.
That would make it harder to come back. Yes.
A little bit. I try to cast what Ithram gave me.
Okay, so you cast haste on yourself,
Yep.
and the pain intensifies drastically. Now you're getting an hour's worth of pain in a lot quicker time. Make a Constitution saving throw, just to see if you go out screaming in pain or not.
4.
Oh yeah, no, immediately, like hyper quickened screams of pain just erupt from Titania as this poison takes its course. You watch the veins darken, the skin pales, her hair begins to lose its color, her eyes cloud over. But it's over mercifully quickly. In about, as opposed to an hour, in about 10 minutes. Titania goes limp and quiet.
This is not obvious. This is obviously not the written extent of this ability, but obviously this is a very unique situation that you don't write D&D rules for.
D&D rules for euthanasia.
Can I use Whispers of the Kami to not necessarily see or like experience what's going on, but just to get a sense of the presence and the events happening on the other side?
You don't think it would work based on your connection to the Kami and just the way that particular thing goes. You would have to have a better idea of what actually goes on.
Mm-hmm.
If you had sort of like a generalization of what's about to happen, but you'd have to have a much better idea. And you sort of get that sense from the Kami. You get the sense that the Kami don't really know either. That's beyond their purview.
So she will just sit and hold Titania's hand.
Yeah, Gent's watching with that sort of ethereal plane overlay just to see if anything. He's not expecting much, but just in case.
You don't see anything at all. Titania.
Yep.
The light leaves your eyes. And then they open again. And you're standing on a vast plain of golden light, underpinned by some sort of clockwork machination. It seems like the light is emanating from inside the core of whatever this thing that you're standing on is.
Turns into a stained glass platform.
And you look down at yourself. What if Titania had to describe herself in one word, the core of her being, what would it be?
Hard one. Go with
It doesn't have to fit with the sentence structure either.
okay.
It doesn't have to be exactly one word.
Yeah, I mean, one word is what I'm looking for, but it doesn't have to be like, I would describe myself as, like a perfectly a valid answer, for example, would be, I would describe like when I look into myself, what I see is family, or, surfing, or like, whatever that core like root of herself is.
It would be, like the core of like a tree, like life, that the like, this is not gonna, I don't know how this would work visually, but like the life sap of a tree.
Heart sap,
She's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Okay. Now
that's what she sees her role in the group as.
Yeah. Now, what is the thing that she would give her life to protect? One word.
The potential for growth, for like Taram to keep growing, for the rest of the people in the group to keep growing.
Okay. What is the thing that she wants to live for?
To be there for the rest of them through this journey. And longer than that, for as long as she can, for as long as like there are people to like shepherd, basically.
So in this liminal space, heart sap, growth, family, friends, life, all these concepts mixed together. And you look down and you see,
like, the shade of an overstory.
Yeah, you see bark, but not like a tree, but it's like you are carved from a tree, almost like a dryad in certain aspects. And then over that, the black cloak of your Reaper, as it dawns. You are already wearing and melded with your Reaper. In one hand, your scythe. In the other hand, you look down. And it's a facsimile, as if it's been carved out of wood, but in your other hand is the Emperor's Virtue. Adorning your body underneath the armor, underneath the robes, Valdeth's armor. Hovering just off to one side, Ithram's staff. A weight on your back as you feel Sin's sword. And in front of you, rising from the light, tall, insubstantial, shadow made flesh, wearing dark robes with a white skull, almost like a mask, 2 yellow eyes glowing from inside the eye sockets, and long curving horns coming out of the head, wielding a scythe that looks very similar to your Reaper spirits, adorned with a skull. Is a Reaper. It raises an armored arm and gestures for you. I need all of you to roll initiative, please.
We don't have tokens here.
Well, hang on.
Whoops. Yes.
There we go. Oh, excellent. That's beautiful.
Sen, yes. Sorry.
All I see is black.
Yep, hang on.
Or no,
Okay.
sorry, that was
Coda,
yes.
Yeah.
You are not here,
Correct.
but your tokens are here.
Great. Can I see them?
Hang
Because
on.
Vision is being applied.
Just give us sight for a moment, sir.
pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Should be able to see now.
It is just as Kingdom Hearts as I imagined it.
Valdeth. What is your armor? What is your AC and hit point total? All right, Titania, add 175 to your hit points as temporary hit points, and also your AC is now 23. Yes. No. No, you do not get the marriage bonus right now. All right. So, only Titania is here, but manifestations of her bonds with the rest of you are here as well, which means that Titania will be able to act on all of your turns. But what she'll be doing will be based on the gifts you have given her over the course of your adventures. So, Sin, what ability will you give Titania to do right now? Of you, basically anything on your character list, Titania can do right now on your character sheet. All right, go ahead and cast Psychic Stream for me then, Sin. As that the gem in the pommel of that sword rings this sort of pink violet color as you feel magical power flow out of you and just initiate this combat. Pull up my Shadow of Death. I thought you were just going to sit on the sidelines. So it rolled a 33 on its intelligence save. So it does, I believe, it takes damage though still, doesn't it? Yeah, so half of 47 is 23. All right. At the end of its turn, at the end of Sin's turn, it goes. And it's sort of like the head sort of like twists there for a second, and then it looks back at Titania, and as it does, the flash. And Titania, you are assaulted by visions of all the various ways you could have died. Make a wisdom saving throw with the higher of either your wisdom save or Valdeth's wisdom save, whichever's higher. You and Valdeth. Yeah, you and Valdeth are sharing your saving throws. Basically, all your defensive stats are Valdeth's right now, as what yours and Valdeth's. Oh, they can't hear you. Hang on. Why can't they? Oh, I know why they can't hear you. I went to the combat page and it was, it's a different audio thing. They should be able to hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, they can hear me at least, which is the important part, honestly.
I mean, in this situation, yeah.
Okay.
So make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Here we go. 18.
All right, yeah, you are pummeled with these visions of the various ways that you could have, should have, would have died. and you just sort of accept them. You don't let them hold you back. You've already died. You are here now.
Yep.
Ithram,
Yes.
what ability does Titania have access to from you right now?
So if you want foresight, it's there. You can do deflecting shroud, which
This is your choice.
oh, my choice. All
You
right.
are choosing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Foresight. Yeah. She has taught him to look forward, so he's passing.
So that staff spins for a second as this magical effect just grabs and takes hold. Go ahead and cast the spell. Put it in chat.
Sweet.
All right.
Advantage on
Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws. Also, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Now you are concentrating on this, but you don't have to.
It doesn't have a concentration.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
not a concentration spell.
Just an 8-hour duration
I was
ninth
gonna-
level spell.
I was going
Yep.
to clarify as well. Any concentration checks that happen from the other weapons that you have are still you're still making the save whenever you take damage, but it doesn't take up your concentration slot for lack of a better term.
Gotcha. I have to point out that it's a 1 minute casting time.
Oh,
Bit of
yes, it
casting time.
is.
Now the staff can keep casting it. It'll just take 10 rounds to get there.
I always
And-
forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
in
spell with
combat.
breakfast kind of
Yes.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Not a jump in combat. Yeah.
Okay.
You have like
Spell
meteor
with
swarm.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start the day
yeah,
with a healthy meal and
foresight.
foresight.
Getting turned into a plant for anyone
Then-
who's divining for you. one of those.
Exactly. Spell with breakfast.
Sorry, one
You
second.
weirdos.
Let me check something really quick. Just need to check
Sorry to ruin
levels.
your plan.
You're
Oh,
good.
fine.
You're good.
Good call.
Actually, did you take Quicken spell as your meta magic?
No.
I did.
Oh.
But it's only for action. Or no, I didn't take that one, but it's only for like action spells.
I forgot. I couldn't remember if Quicken spell could like turn a minute into an action.
No,
Yeah,
it
I
turns
think
actions into
mine-
bonus actions.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Are...
Oh, this is perfect. Okay. I'm gonna use mine to use for wish then. And it's going to be to replicate a spell of 8th level called Holy Aura.
Ooh. What is
So
this?
let me find it in Roll20 and I will throw
I
it in
love
the
it.
chat.
Excellent.
Do you have to do the penalty for wish or no?
No, if you
No, it's
replicate a spell, you
replicating
don't
a
get the wish
spell.
penalty.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on my list, but it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. You wish for it to be true. All right,
Holy
so
Aura.
Holy Aura. Let's look it up.
Here we go.
Divine light washes out from you and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. It's an action to cast. It lasts for a minute. Concentration. Creatures of your choice in that radius, when you cast the spell, shed dim light in a 5-foot radius and have advantage on all saving throws. And other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends. It has at least it's one part of the 3-course meal that Foresight is.
Yes.
In addition, when a fiend or an undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with brilliant light. The attacker must make a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends. Spoiler alert: this Reapers are celestials, not undead, but
still,
Right. That's still.
all right.
still helpful.
Thank you.
All right,
Please
so
remind me of those things because
so
I
you
probably
have
won't
basically-
remember them
I
all.
will
for a minute,
put it on my sheet for a
minute,
second
unless
and
you
then
fail
throw
this,
it in
unless
chat.
you fail the saving throw, you have advantage on attack rolls, or you have advantage on. Sorry. You have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Advantage on saves. Okay.
Right, at the end of Ithram's
Cool.
turn,
That one is concentration.
At the end of Ethem's turn, it is going to teleport.
Oh, hi.
Scroll bar. And that makes it the Shadow of Death's turn. It's here. Insert Golden Freddy "I am here" meme. All right, you're within 15 feet of it, so you need to make a Constitution saving throw. Use the better of your or Valdez's Constitution save.
All right, I have advantage or
You have advantage on the save.
on it.
You have advantage on every save. You're a monk now.
my con save is just +1.
Mine +3, so I'll
Okay.
roll it for you.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Oof.
13, however, is not enough.
Do you have inspiration to use?
I do. I don't know if I want to do that right now.
Fair.
I want to save it.
All right, you take 12 points of necrotic damage,
I have resistance to that.
and you are. in your Reaper form
I'm
right
assuming
now,
because
so.
my Reaper's summoned right
Yep,
now.
yep,
Right. Okay. Yep. So how much is
So
that
that'd be
again?
6.
Six.
So reduced to 6. All right, that's
And
just
you've got a fuck ton of temporary hit points.
Phew, I'm at 169.
That's,
Nice.
Temp.
Nice.
You should be at. No, you.
Oh, wait.
169 temporary hit points.
No.
Temporary
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. You're at 292 total right now.
Yes.
Oh,
I see why you're doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm keeping track of the temporary on my sheet.
I'm keeping track of it here so I can see it.
Yeah.
And then it's going to make 3 attacks with its scythe.
Cool.
And those are all disadvantage, right?
With disadvantage, yep.
Advantage against an AC of 23. He didn't give you the marriage bonus, or it'd be 25, like mine actually is currently.
23 is nothing to sneeze at.
So a 32, a 33,
Yeah.
There you go.
and then a 19 and a 17.
Miss.
Make a Constitution saving throw for the damage that you just took
Okay.
With advantage.
to maintain.
I have
How much damage?
It was 6 from the necrotic. The damage for the holy aura, because that will affect whether or not this was made.
Oh yeah, Aaron, let me roll for you because
Okay.
I got the con save.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you just
Easy.
and now you take 11 slashing, 16 necrotic. So
Blam, still good.
11
8.
and
8 necrotic.
8. So it's 20. Yeah, 20 total. Oh, sorry, 19.
Those still-
19.
Mhm.
All right. And that's its turn. Your turn, Titania. So now it's you acting on your own with your abilities.
All right. I am going to. Already done that bit. Sorry. Okay. Bonus action. I'm going to cast.
Look, I have to make this like the Final Fantasy ish, like Final Fantasy ass shit as best I can. So
Yeah.
you're literally fighting atop the clockwork of death.
Mm-hmm. Going to cast. Let's see. Protection from evil and good. So, against Celestials, it has a disadvantage again, but those don't stack. I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed, though.
Okay.
And that is a concentration, so that is what I'm concentrating on.
All right. So you
I'll
have 2
mark
spells
that
you're
down.
concentrating on right now.
Huh?
There's 2 spells that are being concentrated on right now.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm going to also... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I don't do that. That's an action. I'm not going to waste my action on that.
Okay.
bonus action just to do Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
I don't provoke opportunity attacks, and I get advantage on one weapon attack on your turn. I get an extra D8 force damage. So on one of those rolls, let's see. Actually, does that end the spell? Hang on, I have to read the description.
I believe, unlike a smite spell, Zephyr Strike does not end when you make the attack.
Yeah, it's just once before the spell ends. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to use that now. So I make 2 attacks.
Do not have
A
advantage on the
23?
attacks, I don't think.
No, the Zephyr Strike can declare advantage on an attack
Oh,
and
on
do
one
actual-
attack.
On one
Yep.
attack,
Yeah.
Okay.
So 23.
That will hit.
Cool.
and it'll deal an extra 1d8 force damage on top of the regular damage.
Yep. So that does 15 slashing, 10 necrotic, and
It is immune
a
to necrotic damage.
I figured. 7 force damage.
That seems unlikely. Death is immune to necrotic damage.
What?
Sounds
Seems like
fake,
a
but
stretch.
okay.
Yeah,
And
it
the
sounds
other
like
one's
fake,
just
but okay.
normal.
Shenanigans.
20.
20 hits.
20 hit.
Yep.
15 slashing.
15 slashing.
And I am going to step away from it. It does not get an opportunity attack.
All right.
I'm going to go this way. Just it's going to catch up to me, but to give distance.
At the end of your turn, it's going to go. It raises a hand in the air, and as it does, you watch as a symbol just sort of flashes in front of your vision. This symbol is, it looks like 2 diamonds stacked on top of each other, but the top diamond isn't fully connected, and there's a strike through both. And as that symbol appears, you feel yourself suddenly getting weak. As it makes another attack at range. .29 hits.
Yep.
That's 15 slashing and 12 necrotic damage. Your resistance does not apply to this one. It breaks through your resistance.
Was that attack roll made a disadvantage?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So that was. I'm gonna just get a calculator here. That's gonna be
minus
easier.
15, minus 12.
Minus 15, minus 12. Nat 123. Temp. That's satisfying. Okay. And
All right.
con saves?
Yep, con save.
One for each. Blam, blam.
15 plus 12 is 27.
Would be had to
means
13. But you need a DC 13.
Yeah, DC 13. So yeah, you just beat it. All right, Gent. What do you give to Titania on this round?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have reactions if we have reactions?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to answer that before
Yeah,
things got weird.
if you're all in the initiative, so if any of you have a reaction, she gets one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
All my reaction stuff is based on other people getting hit, so don't worry about using mine up.
Okay. Weapon
They should fight
attacks, does
amongst
she
each other for their
use?
reaction.
We'll try and hit this thing with a bite bullet.
Yes, she'll be using your pistol. So.
Okay. All right.
So that facsimile of the Emperor's Virtue rises up in your offhand, and you feel the magic charging in it.
I remember you doing
Can
that.
I use my focus fire ability to give the thing disadvantage on its saving throw?
You can.
Okay. $20 to hit.
18. What's the saving throw?
All right. So it takes 18 magical piercing damage and then has to make a Constitution save.
Roll a 10.
Rolled a 10.
Yep.
Okay. So the way bite works is it takes
I rolled
the
a
20. It
3,
takes
the result was
27.
10, but
Right. Oh, okay. So the result was 10. Okay. All right. So it takes 27 extra points of force damage this turn,
all right.
and then next turn, it will take half of that rounded down again.
So 13.
So it'll take another 13 as soon as it starts its next turn.
At the end of your turn, it teleports again.
So that's when the 13 would trigger.
Well, this isn't a turn. This is effectively a legendary action.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Valdeth.
Question.
Yes.
Most of my class kit revolves around my resource.
Mhm.
Does she have that resource / need to build it?
Yes.
Okay. So
You can start building it now if you want.
Yeah, so bonus action, Titania gains Ascend and begins to understand that sort of preternatural, supernatural ability that Valdeth has to channel fighting spirit.
You feel that. You feel you feel that internalization of Valdeth's fighting spirit begin to burn inside you.
Excellent.
And then if I provide weapon attacks, does it use my weapon even though it's not actually there right now?
No, it would use the scythe.
Okay. So does the scythe become a gunblade?
No, it does not become a gunblade.
The bullets just come out of the end of the shaft.
As you swing, a trigger appears. You're providing the AC. Unfortunately, you couldn't provide the gunblade and the AC.
Okay, fair enough. Then I provide you with my 2 attacks.
All right, let's go ahead and make 2 attacks, Titania, with your scythe.
Neat.
Wait until I get my Sen built up. Then you'll be making way
These are
more
just
than that.
Normal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 26.
Hits.
Sweet. 14 slashing. And a 27.
Hits.
14 slashing.
Yeah. As that
Consistency.
fighting spirit burns inside you, you spin around in one-handing the scythe.
Cool.
All right. End of your turn, it's going to retaliate with another scythe strike. Disadvantage because of the holy aura. 24 hits.
Yep.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
15
But what if
slashing.
we don't want it to?
If Ithram uses shield, it doesn't.
Yeah,
You want to use that?
actually, I'll wait to see how much damage there is because there's something else I can do
Okay.
that I feel would.
Can you
help
use
more.
shield after you know how much damage the attack deals?
If you use
No. You have
to use
shield,
it after
if you use shield, it lasts until your next turn, and that's 2 more strikes that it's going to be having.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, shield.
yeah. So that staff spins into the way and just intercepts the scythe as it bursts with this magical spell, and yeah, that'll make it miss. Valdeth. Oh, sorry. Sin.
All right, so the scythe gets a silvery purple light that shines off it, coming off onto the creature as I use my. I'm going to use bonus action for Hexblade's Curse.
All right. Does that to resist that, or do you just apply it?
No,
just
you
goes.
just fucking take it.
And that'll apply for all of your weapon attacks from here in. Mara.
So that is you get +6 damage to +6 to bonus to all damage rolls. To be clear, it says all damage rolls. It does not say weapon damage rolls.
Ooh.
What's the bonus damage type?
It
Of the
just says
type the damage deals, basically.
It just says bonus damage. It
Yeah,
doesn't say what.
And yeah, just
What
like with sneak attack, when it just says flat bonus damage, it's a type the thing dealt.
Correct. So,
Also, any attack roll you make is now a crit on a 19 or a 20.
Ooh.
And the last part doesn't really matter. If it dies, you gain hit point. If it dies, we're done with this anyways.
Yeah.
And
You can't take advantage of my artful fighting, or I would have provided that. But
for action, let's. It's probably gonna succeed on its saving throw, considering how high it succeeded last time. But you never know. Just in case. Fucking feeble mind.
it's an intelligence save. That's a different save.
It's intelligence.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Its intelligence save last time was a 33. I didn't think it was going to succeed.
Natural 20 is a 34.
Yeah.
it's only got a plus 14 in save.
Yeah, it needed to roll a 4 or lower. That's fine.
All right. It doesn't take the damage still, does it?
I don't believe so.
I think
Hold
it
on.
takes the damage
Yeah, it
either way.
takes
I
the
think it's just not
damage,
feeble-minded.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it takes the damage either way.
Yeah.
So it still takes the 14 psychic damage.
Yep. All right. End of your turn. It's going to attack back.
Okay.
Oh, con save
I got
for
a
the...
thing.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. You missed because of the shield. Misses. All right. Ithram.
Okay.
When
As
does her
you-
reaction come back? On Ithram's turn, because he was the one who used it, or on Titania's turn?
On her turn.
Okay.
That would be,
So
that would be
as
too
you're
punishing
swinging-
if when the reaction came back changed every round.
Does that mean
Yes.
shield lasts until Titania's turn, or
Yeah, is it my reaction that it comes back on? Or...
Yeah, so it would last until Titania's turn, since that's when the reaction refreshes.
Then as you're swinging the scythe around, when it lines up during one of these times, the bit of the staff, the tip of the staff glows in a thin green light and then zips out in a straight beam as a disintegrate beam flies out.
Hell yeah.
Dexterity save?
Yes, DC 19.
Rolled a 19.
Disintegrate being a saver suck spell?
That motherfucker.
It's still 10d6 plus 40.
Yeah, he takes none of it if he succeeds though.
Oh, is it?
Disintegrate is saver suck.
Yeah.
Yep. There
Yeah,
we go.
disintegrate is lots of damage, but they can dodge it.
Yep.
Everybody has evasion against disintegrate.
That's because that's solely. I feel like that's solely because even if you took half damage, it could still kill you.
Oh
It
yeah.
is 100% a balanced decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fair.
The damage on disintegrate is so massive that if you took all of that, if you took even
I-
half of that, it would be fucking brutal.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right, its turn.
Takes that 13 force damage.
Takes 13 force damage, and then Titania needs a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So, that's a Constitution saving throw.
Please.
Advantage.
Well, that's not great.
That's a failure, so it takes damage. It takes full damage this time.
Oh wait, why would Titania make a con save there? Oh right, the starting out thing.
Yeah, at the start of his turn, it has a shroud if you're within 15 feet of it.
Right.
I'm gonna start doing my own.
So
Don't
seven
worry.
necrotic damage. You take, but drop down to half. So
Half.
it's 3. Yeah.
3.
I mean, you can just add 2 to whatever you roll if you want. If you want to roll your own con saves.
Oh, I thought. And now it's gonna make 3 melee attacks at you.
Okay.
Oh, you
You
still
need to make
took damage to make another con save for the concentration for both things that are up right now.
Yep. Yeah, I can do the con save, so it's +2.
Add 2 to it. 14.
You have
That you
advantage.
Oh, yeah, I
pass.
have advantage.
You have advantage, but you
Yeah.
pass either way.
Yeah. It's just the 1. Yeah. Okay. So far.
Need one more
One more?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
For what?
for the sec, because it's
There's 2 spells
20.
being
holy aura
concentrated
and
on.
the thing.
Oh, right. Yes. Right.
20.
Yeah. Holy
I
aura
wish
and
I
the
could
other
give
one.
you my con bonus for these saves. It's plus 10.
Oh, right, because you're a wizard with the con proficiency.
Yup. War mage.
All right, and 3 scythe attacks. Can we disadvantage?
Okay.
18, 16, 18. All 3 men.
Nope.
Get fucked.
Whew.
It's just wailing.
Clang,
on
clang,
that,
clang.
It's wailing on that shield right now. It's just. Oh, you have advantage on saving throws against spells, but it hasn't been casting spells, so.
You have advantage on all saving throws.
I was gonna say yeah,
Yeah.
but saving throws against
Just-
spells anyways because of the gauntlets, but it doesn't matter because it hasn't been casting spells. Titania, shield
And I
goes
have
off.
advantage on con saves because Warcaster.
Yeah.
Best feat. Okay. Action. I'm gonna do Investiture of Flame. I drop concentration on the Zephyr. All of the sparks ignite something, and I am now emitting 30 feet of light, or 30 feet bright light and 30 feet additional dim light.
And also are on fire.
Also, I'm on fire. Any creature that moves within 5 feet of you for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there takes 1d10 fire damage. I don't think this thing is immune to that. And I can use an action to create a line of fire, but that is my action for this turn.
All right. Are you gonna move or just gonna stay there?
I am going to stay there.
All right. End of your turn for the scythe attack.
Yep. That's it.
20 to hit this time. Your AC is back down to Valdet's AC, which I think is
23.
better than that.
Which is still 23, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I do kind of feel bad for it at this point.
No, don't.
The power of friendship is keeping Titania alive here. Gent.
Look, she is Buffy at the end of season 4.
Like, I'm not saying that I want the Spectre to win, but I want it to feel like it has a chance.
Feel like it's at least doing okay.
I don't want it to go like halfway through this battle, like, fine, you fucking win.
You know what? Why the
amount
fuck
of damage
not?
it puts out. If it was hitting with all these things, it would be a much more like Tanya might die situation.
That's a funny part. There are still other defenses that could be thrown up.
Oh, yeah.
We're using another charge of focus fire, and so it's going to be a disadvantage against hold monster DC 19 wisdom save.
Also, that's an extra 6 damage on that because of Hexblade's curse.
Right.
And yes, so 18 magical piercing damage,
What's the
and
DC?
it needs to make a DC 19 at disadvantage because of focus fire.
Oh, at flat roll because it has magic resistance. 26.
Okay. Well, 18 points of magic piercing damage at least. And Gent has given you all of his 5th level spells. You're on your own.
Okay.
I mean, he's still got all of his other ones, but still.
End of your turn. Roll 20.
I am going to. We will see about that. I am going to use my armor of hexes.
I was about to say, did it roll an natural 20 twice?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Armor of Hexes, yeah.
Yeah.
Use that shit.
So I'm gonna roll a d6 on a 4 or higher. It misses. Doesn't fucking matter.
Oh.
Roll it.
Of
Of
course.
course.
It's Jeremy rolling dice.
Oh. It would have been so good though.
With the, to be fair, at that point, I would have felt really bad for it.
I believe that just applies. Is that like once per round, or is that just all the attacks it makes against you?
You can use your reaction.
You can use your reaction? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 14 slashing, 15 slashing, 10 necrotic, 12 necrotic. So a total of 51 points of damage. reduced by 5 and 6, so
Reduced by 11, so
11,
40
so
points of
40.
damage.
total 40 points of damage total. Need some Constitution saves.
Okay.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Yep.
Just the one reaction, right?
Yep.
Or can I use that as well?
It's already been used.
Okay, just making sure.
It was used by our fixes, which honestly was the correct ploy.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
con save for Investiture of Flame,
Yep.
con save for
Holy Aura.
Holy Aura,
What's
and is it also con save for the Hex or no?
No.
No,
Hexblade's
that's
Curse is just a
that's
thing.
just an ability.
Okay,
It's not a
cool.
spell.
Okay.
High, because you took no, because you took 20.
Took 40, took
40.
20, 27, took 40 damage, it's DC 20.
DC 20, yeah.
Hmm.
That would be your investiture.
I'm
Well, no,
I'm
this is
gonna
the
use
Holy
my
Aura, 'cause Holy
inspiration.
Aura was cast first.
All
I'm
right.
gonna use the inspiration.
Don't you already have advantage anyway?
Yeah, but you can use the
Yes.
inspiration to reroll it again to get
Yeah.
one more roll.
Fair.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna try again.
So it'll be a flat roll.
Doesn't matter.
There.
It was the first one.
Natural 20,
Yeah.
so the Holy Aura is still up. Now for the Investiture.
Yep. Yeah. That one's gone.
I will give. Can I, since I have like. Hold on. I need to see how many I even have. 3 inspiration.
Titania has access to your character sheet right now, so if you have inspiration, you can use it.
You get
Okay.
one of my inspirations.
All right. I'll try
Roll one more,
again.
roll a normal roll.
Yep.
That's a 22.
That's enough. All right,
Heck
both stay
yes.
up.
Whew.
I've been banking those like they're Phoenix Downs.
Phoenix.
Bonus action. The fighting spirit grows exponentially as it doubles and then increases by 1. So you now have 3.
Cool.
It's building up to critical mass. The next time I use this, you're going to murder it.
Okay. I don't
and
quite
then
know what
for-
this is doing, but
Trust me, it'll be great. Now make 2 attacks.
all right.
Building to an Omni Slash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. 2 attacks.
Did note. Oh,
33.
Yeah, Ithram?
sorry.
That's a crit. That was a 19.
If
Oh.
she has access to everything on my sheet, then her AC should actually be 2 higher than what it is, because when you're concentrating on a spell,
Resources, not necessarily
resources.
passive
Okay.
abilities. Yeah,
okay.
Nice try.
good try. But the only passive
Okay,
abilities that
so
she's
that-
getting are Valdeth's because armor.
All right, so that crits.
That crits
So-
because you're critting on a 19 or 20
All
right
right.
now.
So
We'll
I
roll
get
the
to
damage again.
do
2 more d4s.
Oh, no, just the
and
dice, right?
two,
So I
two
got
more d4.
Roll 2 more d4s because then the croc doesn't matter.
Roll 60, 2 more d4, the necrotic doesn't matter, yeah.
So,
Oh,
18
and
slashing. Plus 6
And
for the
2d6.
thing.
6.
Or yeah.
Is it just +6 or is it?
so
dice.
24 right now. You've already your attribute was already added
yeah,
to the first roll,
yeah.
so 24 damage. On the
Is that
slash.
20? Yep.
14 plus 6
24,
plus
okay.
4, 24.
Okay. Second attack.
30 hits.
Yep. 11 slashing.
Does the Hexblade's Curse give you advantage in your attacks?
So actually
No.
another 6.
It would still be 29 either way, but
Oh, okay. Sorry. I've forgotten where things are coming from.
so 17 slashing damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, end of your turn. And then Valdeth's turn. Makes another attack.
Nope.
I was really hoping that crit would knock out the the Holy Aura, but 24 to hit. I think
Yes.
hits. Yeah.
Yes.
Just barely.
All right, 15 slashing, 6 necrotic, so 15 and then 3.
18.
Con save with advantage.
Where you at right now?
I've got 62 temporary hit points.
Where does that put you in like total?
Total 179.
I've missed a few.
Yeah, I'll get it. Oh, hang on. You were doing things. I was doing things. There we go. It should be right.
Yeah.
All right. Con save with advantage. 14.
You're good.
Yep, they're good.
Sweet.
All right. Sin.
Oh, roll it again because you have two things you're concentrating on.
Oh
Still.
yeah. Again.
Oh, yeah.
For the investiture.
Thank you.
You're good.
11. Okay.
Is it? Hang on. 15.
It's
plus
13.
6, 21. All right. All right. It's higher. I forget. Sin.
Is it back to me already?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
When only one of you gets to move around, the round goes quick.
Oh my god. Okay, nothing with intelligence saves because that's pointless.
Always roll low.
Let's attack a couple times, I think, because I'm pretty sure that I've got that. I took that last
Took that
level.
invocation. Yeah.
Took that invocation at last level. It gives me 2 attacks.
If any of you have something like Fairy Fire or something that'll give Titania advantage on attacks against this thing, it'll be real helpful when my turn comes around.
I have Fairy Fire.
So attack twice, and we'll see if you hit, and we can do a staggering smite if you do.
Right, so
Have
flat
I
roll,
done
attack twice.
action This round.
Huh?
Have I done a reaction this round?
You have. Yeah, it was
Okay.
the Armor of Hexes.
Yeah.
Cool. I have one reaction. I can try and trip it. With my scythe.
I feel like it's immune to being prone, but
Probably.
Probably. Could try it now.
I mean, your reaction's already been used, so you can't try it right now.
I know. That's why I asked.
Make 2
yeah,
attacks.
two regular
flat
attacks.
2 attacks.
Mara.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
2 attacks.
Oh, sorry. There's a bunch. There's a lot going.
Yeah, no, legit.
That's fine. That's fine.
There's a crit.
Sweet.
There's a crit. That's a staggering smite crit too.
Ooh, excellent. Okay.
So
So
I'm-
do 2d4.
And then
Yeah.
also roll your attack damage.
16.
Plus 6, plus another 6. So 16 plus 12 is 28.
Yep.
28,
Plus-
and then the Staggering Smite.
Which
Plus, yep, and
Stagger Smite.
now it cannot take reactions until the end of its turn. It has disadvantage on everything, but it already did, except for saves. It does not have disadvantage on saves. So that is 8d6 psychic damage.
Go ahead and roll the 8d6. Jeremy.
Roll. I am. So 23 psychic damage.
The scythe whips back, glows with that sort of purple magenta energy, and you strike. And as it raises its scythe to sort of guard, the energy bursts and you yank down. And as you do, the scythe just rips a trench through the Reaper. And you watch as it separates into 2. And as it separates, there is this explosion of necrotic energy. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as it dies.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Okay.
Uh-oh.
At
You have
advantage.
And inspirations to
I
spend.
will. Yeah, we have so many inspirations
All
to
right,
give you
cool,
right
cool.
now.
That's a 20.
And 8 to 20 is a failure. You
Uh,
only use
inspiration.
1 inspiration per roll, so you have an inspiration.
Okay,
Alright.
I got 2, so you can have one of mine.
Okay. I'll do it again.
1 flat roll.
Yep.
So 20 still.
Yep.
Do you have a reaction?
I mean, you
now?
were rolling based off one of my inspirations. That does seem to be an accurate roll.
So that's
Does she have a reaction back?
not yet.
Not yet.
That's 35 points of necrotic damage. You do not resist it.
Okay.
But you've
That's
got
fine. It still
so-
doesn't
you've
even
got so
burn
much-
through the temporary hit points.
So many hit points doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
But you rip through. There's this explosion of necrotic energy. And as it clears, you're alone. But there's no scythe to be claimed. And you sort of look around, and you feel a burn. A burning sensation sort of hits right behind your ear, right back here. And you sort of instinctively flinch away from it as something just sears into your flesh. But once it finishes, you feel fine. In fact, you feel better. And you look around, and you can see the mechanical the mechanics of death surround you. And as the various aspects of your friends and family dissipate. You look off to the side where there is nothing, but as you do, your vision telescopes through time and space until it's looking down on a scene of your friends worriedly watching you. Gent looking slightly like a madman, sort of trying desperately to see something, and they throw around through his goggles, but seeing nothing. And you sort of see this vision, and there is a silver thread that whips from your corpse to your chest. And you feel a tug. Do you follow it?
Hang on. I want to make sure I understand what's happening. There's a thread. It disconnected from my corpse?
No, it connects from your corpse to you.
Okay, and it's tugging on me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, I will follow.
You allow the tug, and your feet leave the ground, and darkness. You all watch as Titania takes a deep breath in. Her skin begins to come back to its more normal color. The veins begin to return to their natural color. Her hair returns to its natural color. And then as she begins to come back to life, Titania, once again, that searing pain blasts off of the side of your neck. And you sort of instinctively clutch for your neck as you feel something scalding itself into your flesh.
Ow!
For the rest of you, Titania's awake and alive.
Oh, praise Marak.
Obvious result was obvious.
Vala just squeezes Titania's hand. You alright? Something on your neck. And she'll look at whatever's on Titania's neck.
As Titania reveals it, you see this mark. It's this sort of two stacks of a diamond with the top one broken and then a line through it. And as you see it, Ithram, the mark, I think it's on your chest. The mark on your chest burns. And there's this light that just sort of erupts from through your clothes as the mark on your chest burns into a different shape. You have lost Kaltir's blessing. You now possess the Mark of War. Also, Tanya, you now possess the Mark of Death. Ithram, Mark of War is in your journal. Tanya, it's in the handouts. Tanya, the Mark of Death is in your journal. And for everyone else that's looking at Titania's right now.
Ah, yes, of course.
That is the Mark of Death.
Dope.
And assuming Ithram is trying to look and see what's happening.
Yeah, he definitely is pulling down the rope to see what's eating at him.
This is the Mark.
Why is my chest burning? This only happened once.
They had an ointment for it.
Why is it always the chest? I get shot in the chest.
Oh, fuck.
So take a moment to read your new abilities, both of you.
Yep.
And you now have the resonant state because there are two of you, which is what also awoke the Mark of War on Ithram.
Yep. No, and as Valdeth is looking at Titania, and I assume turning her neck so that she can see it. Gent just kisses her hard.
Ah,
Titania,
cool.
it is just underneath your right ear
Okay.
on your neck.
This side. Okay.
Success.
Yeah.
And you are both now innately aware of those abilities.
Okay then.
You are also innately aware that you are now truly the chosen of those gods.
Ithram will kind of lock eyes with her for a second, and his eyes go a little bit wider, like, oh shit. Glad to see you.
Did you get what you needed?
Oh. I'm gonna try and like do the imbuing thing. What is it?
So
what does my
you
scythe look like now?
focus on your
Does it...
scythe, and the rest of you watch as this brilliantly glowing scythe pulses as necrotic energy engulfs it, and it is now a perfect copy of your Reaper's scythe. This large, black, metal, almost obsidian-looking weapon. And it pulses with the magic of death.
Gent like reaches out a finger towards the blade and then pulls it back before it gets too close.
Paper cut.
Right.
Paper cut that never stops bleeding.
Yeah.
Slightly better. So for the audience, we're about to end, but for the audience to get an idea of what's happening right now for the Mark of Death. The Mark of Death is the Mark of Dagoth's Chosen. You have been marked as a servant of death. You can interact with and wield items made of Mortusian steel to their full potential. You now know the name of what that material is. You may also imbue a chosen weapon with the Mark of Death, granting it the following abilities. Only one weapon may bear your Mark of Death at a time. The weapon is considered a spellcasting focus for any of Dagoth's Chosen. If it is not already, the weapon is considered magical. This weapon's damage is dealt to the target's maximum hit point total instead of their hit points. This damage can only be reversed using a 9th level remove curse or a wish spell. When an enemy is reduced to 0 hit points with this weapon, it can only be restored to life with a wish or true resurrection spells. Additionally, while branded with this mark, you also gain the following benefits. Your strength becomes 20 unless it was already 20 or higher. You have true sight. You are immune to disease and poison. You can use an action to see as if you are wearing a ring of X-ray vision. You can end this effect as a bonus action. Any melee or ranged spell attack you make deals an extra 2d8 necrotic damage on hit. This damage ignores resistances and immunity. You no longer need to eat, breathe, or sleep. You must still spend a normal long rest to recover abilities, but you may spend that time doing light activity instead of sleeping. And Resonant. Within the proximity of another chosen, you gain the following benefits. You gain the Tough feat. If you already have it, the health per level provided increases by 1.
Nice.
And then Ithram's new Mark of War.
Yes. He's gonna can you just reach out to which weapon do you use the most, Valdeth? Right.
At the moment, it's the Star Metal Gunblade.
The Star Metal Gunblade. Okay. He will reach out and touch that and try to imbue that.
There's a flash of red lightning. It crackles across the blade, and now etched into the side is the Mark of War. It feels lighter.
Yeah, so now it has the thrown and returning properties with a thrown range equal to twice your strength for short range and 4 times your strength for long range.
Cool. So 44 feet and 88 feet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So 40 to 85.
Also, damage done by this weapon bypasses resistance and immunity of the target.
Yes.
Nice. So the Mark of Kultir's Chosen, the fully realized form of Kultir's Blessing. You have been marked as a servant of war. You can apply this mark to up to 2 weapons of your choosing, imbuing them with the following properties. This weapon is considered a spellcasting focus for any of Kultir's Chosen. If it was not already, the weapon is considered magical. Damage done by this weapon bypasses resistance and immunity of the target. Regardless of type, this weapon now has the thrown and returning properties, with thrown range equal to twice your strength for short range and 4 times your strength for long range. While branded with this mark, you also gain the following benefits. Your constitution increases to 24 if it wasn't already higher.
Nice.
You have
Yeah.
you have resistance to non-magical piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing damage. You have resistance to fall damage. You have resistance to damage dealt to you by traps or environmental hazards. You are immune to external sources of exhaustion. Self-imposed exhaustion, such as from magical items and spells you cast or class features, still apply. You may use any once per long rest or once per short rest features provided by your class or race twice. You have advantage when attacking an enemy that is engaged with any of your allies. And also, you have the Resonant ability, which is you gain the Tough feat. If you already have it, the health per level provided increases by 1.
I'm gonna be handing out some items because I'm gonna be going up to the front, reporting for duty.
So,
Dope shit.
as the two chosen within your party, chosen of Koltir and the chosen of Dagoth, have come into their powers and realized the goal that Titania had set forth to conquer a Reaper Spirit to become an Archdruid, which you have now. Yeah. That's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.